I want to thank Kiwico for sponsoring today's video. I will talk more about them later on. Hey guys, so we recently just got home from yet another vacation. It has been a busy spring and I am so excited to be home. As much as I love going on vacations and seeing different parts of the world, I love being at home. So today I'm just kind of getting myself reset after vacation. I'm starting off by just getting some fresh flowers. All of our flowers are in full bloom here. The house this time of year is just so beautiful. And so I'm making some flower arrangements for the table. And then I have some tulips. These are actually artificial. I got these in Pella, Iowa, which is where I just got home from. I'm going to tell you more about that trip later because it was so fun. It was just a girls' trip with my daughter, and obviously the baby came along with me. But it was such a cute little town if you've ever been to Pella, Iowa. But yeah, I'll tell you more about that later. So I'm making a little arrangement with the tulips as well. Now, after I get the house spruced up, my husband always does a great job when he's home and keeping things tidy, but nothing is the same way as just like my sister and I always joke about it, a mom clean. Just sometimes you need to do a mom clean. Things are clean and put away, or like look put away, but not the way that I would particularly want them. Not that I would ever tell him this. It's just, you know, I'm more particular than he is. And countertops need to be wiped down. And so I got all of that stuff taken care of. And then I came into the kitchen to bake some bread and get some yogurt going. Again, just some of those things that just give me so much joy. Being at home is being able to cook completely from scratch, even down to our bread and yogurt. I just recently got this bread machine and I love it. I know that so many people love making bread and doing the stretching and folding and kneading, but I find right now in my life I'm a little bit busy. I mean, I know lots of people are busy, but I feel like I'm really busy, and just being able to throw the ingredients in and press the buttons and have a nice big loaf of sourdough bread is just what I need right now. Just one thing that I really love about being a homemaker is getting my home all put back together. Now, obviously, things always are out of place and moving around with lots of children running around, and that's okay too. But if I know the countertops aren't sticky and windows are clean, it makes me feel better even whenever there are toys and cups and things out everywhere. All right, guys, so I'm super excited to tell you guys about today's video sponsor, Kiwico. Kiwico provides a monthly crate that gets delivered straight to your door with super fun, hands-on projects that are designed by experts and tested by kids. My kids were beyond excited when the Kiwico box arrived at our house. Several of their cousins have been getting Kiwi crates for months, and they could not wait to dive in and get started on their own projects. With 9 different lines, there's something for every interest and age, all the way down to babies as young as Jacob. This month, my 10-year-old and 7-year-old both got different Atlas crates, which highlighted different countries. One was Japan and one was Brazil. My 9-year-old got the Tinker crate, which was filled with several different science experiments. My 5-year-old got the Kiwi crate, and it was filled with projects for him to explore art, science, and engineering. Even my toddler and baby got to join in on the fun with the panda and koala crate. Kiwico really does have something for every age level. As a busy mom, I love how convenient Kiwico is. Not only does the box arrive straight to your door, but it comes with everything needed to complete the project. Kiwico provides a fun yet educational activity that is very affordable. Most Kiwico subscriptions are only about $20 a month. So if you want to try out Kiwico and support my channel, you can click the link in my description box or use the code OurOilyHouse to get 50% off your first month. All right, next up on the list of things that get neglected when you're gone on vacation is yard work. We are out here just spending some time. This is actually over the course of a few days. I kind of shot this video more like a week in the life kind of thing. So I'm showing you clips all throughout the week. But with being gone, we first took a trip to St. George Island and we're gone as a whole family for a week. And then I took my boys with my mom and a few of my sister's boys to Great Wolf Lodge in Kansas City. And we had a really, really fun time with them. And then as soon as I got home from that, it was time for a little girls trip with my daughter. And so that meant that there were several weeks where the house and the outside of the house was pretty much getting neglected. And this time of year, when you do that, it starts to overgrow and get out of control quickly. So we spent several hours on different days just weeding and clipping. My husband went and got a bunch of mulch to put down. We did a little bit more planting and just spruced up the space. I love the way that everything turned out, and having a well manicured yard and all the plants blooming. But I will say it's just one of those jobs that has to be kept up with constantly. And I told my husband, now that we don't have any more vacations or trips planned for a little while, it would be nice if we can just spend like 15 minutes a day outside working in the gardens and just keeping everything spruced up, because it really does look so nice when it's all finished. All right, so I want to show you guys a few clips from our little trip in Pella, Iowa. My goodness, this is the cutest little town. If you live close to there, you should definitely go make the trip there. So Pella is a little historical town where some Dutch people came and settled, and now it's a little Dutch town, and there were so many awesome Dutch restaurants and bakeries and so much history as well. And in May, they have a really, really huge tulip festival, because tulips grow in the Netherlands and they get the tulips straight from there and bring them over, and they plant over 100,000 tulips in this little tiny town, and it is just gorgeous to see. And we actually went after the festival. During it, it can get really crowded and hard to find a place to stay, so we went right after, and we were able to still see a bunch of tulips. But the best part about going after is whenever it's over, they allow you to take the tulips out of the ground to get the bulbs to replant for next year. And so my daughter and I got trash bags of tulips. It feels so weird that you can just go and like dig up someone's landscape, but they encourage it. They have little papers everywhere telling you how to care for your tulips. The reason being is that only 75% of tulips will come back the following year. And because they have this large festival, they can't just let 75% come up. They have to have 100%, so it looks beautiful for all the people that come and see all the tulips. And so because of that, they allow just anybody, tourists or people that live local, to dig up tulips so nothing goes to waste. And so we have all these and we are storing them in our basement until October, and then we will plant them and hopefully have a beautiful tulip bed here at our house. So we'll see how well we do at this, but we are so excited to try. So yeah, this was a fun little trip. We learned so much about the Dutch culture and so enjoyed the food and the bakeries and everything. We just really soaked it all in. It was a short, just 3-day trip, but definitely worth it. We stayed in this really cute Victorian house that was walking distance to everywhere that we went, so we could just walk and enjoy the cute little town of Pella, Iowa. The next day, after making my bread, I used the bread to make French toast. Again, just another great thing about being home, having all of your own cooking utensils and having all of my eggs from outside and my fresh milk from my sister and my meat from my other sister. It's just so nice to get back into my kitchen and being able to use all the different tools that I like to use in cooking. And so I had a great time just making some meals right when I got home, just all from scratch type things. And so French toast was the first thing up, just because we had a loaf of bread that I had made the day before, and by golly, the kids ate all of it, so it's time to already get some more bread going. After a trip, I don't always have meat defrosted and ready. So for lunch, I made a sourdough pizza, but because we did not have any meat, I just made a tomato basil pizza. We have fresh basil growing in our little herb box right outside on our sunroom, so it made it really easy to get some basil. And these are so delicious. They're so easy to make, and they're great because I always have cheese and tomato sauce and sourdough, and so with just that, you can make a cheese pizza so quickly, and they're very delicious. But I was able to add a little bit of basil to this just to add a little bit more to this. And then after lunch, I went downstairs in the deep freezer and brought up the meat that I needed for the week. That's something that I usually do at the beginning of the week, and then I don't necessarily meal plan, but I have all the meat defrosted in my refrigerator so that whenever it's mealtime, I can just grab something out and whip it up. And I do kind of think throughout the week of what I'm going to be making, but I don't actually think like, okay, I'm going to be making a whole chicken on Wednesday and roast on Tuesday. It's just kind of the meat's defrosting, and once I see what is fully defrosted, I will pull it out to make a meal. And this last clip is just us making dinner. We are barbecuing tonight. We have such a beautiful outside space in our home, and we want to really enjoy it. We actually have pulled all the kids out of sports, and just for this season, I'm not sure that we're gonna like necessarily never do sports again, but for this season, we are trying to just be home together as a family more often and just slow down. And we found that whenever everybody was in different sports, things like barbecuing on a random weekly night is not something that we were able to do. And we just love that we can just sit out here and enjoy a meal as a family and not have to run to different practices or games or events. And it's been so nice for us. It's been about a year now that we haven't been doing any activities. I know we will do them again, but for right now, it is such a blessing to be able to just slow down and enjoy life as a family. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.